You built the thing that you said you wanted, and you wanted it for forever. So why doesn't it feel good? You got the number, you got the win, you got the title, you got the accolade, you got the relationship, you got the recognition. And an hour later, or a day later, or a week later, you're already looking for the next thing. Here's what's going on. At some point, your work just stopped being something you do, and it became something you use to feel okay about yourself. And when we use work to prove that we're enough, no amount of winning will ever feel like enough. Today, I want to show you the real difference between working to prove something and working to express something. Once you see it, you can't unsee it. Welcome back to Built for Impact. I am Jake Burhans, and this is the podcast where inner peace meets high performance and where building your dream life starts from the inside out. I kind of talked about this in last week's episode, how success won't bring you peace, but I really want to dive into the two models of success I talk about in Built, which is compensatory success and expression-based success. When we are constantly operating from the compensatory model of success, it's like we're filling a bucket inside of us with a massive hole in the bottom, right? And nothing ever feels like enough. So this is inside of the T pillar, right? Transforming into your 2.0 identity, into the next level of yourself, and learning how to operate from a whole sufficient state. And operating from a whole sufficient state isn't just like some woo-woo concept. When you are operating like you're enough, you make better decisions, because when everything you do is to try to make yourself look good or make sure you don't get fired or make sure you get the promotion or make sure your self-image isn't tarnished, you don't make the objectively best decision for the situation. It's not like you're looking at all the options and saying, hey, this is best for the team, even if it's not best for me, because everything's about you. Everything is, every result is to make you look good instead of what's best for the situation. So we can work in one of two ways. So we can be constantly proving or expressing. Proving means your work is filling a hole, right? Like you're never enough. You go, Jake, well, I got to pay the bills and I got to do these things. Yes, you have to do those things, but that's not the main reason you're doing work, is it? Okay. And you could say, oh, I'm doing it for my family. I'm doing it for this. I'm doing it for that. That is just a mask. Oh, I'm doing it for my family. No, you're not. You're doing it for you because you don't feel like you're enough and you want to feel significant. And I got to be that CFO. I got to be the CEO. I got to make it to this level in the business. And your family's getting upset at you because you never spend time with your kids or your wife or your family or your friends. No, I'm doing it for you guys. I want to provide you a better life. They don't care about the business, really. They care about you being present and being a good husband or being a good wife, being a good father, being a good mother. Once you're present in your family's lives and the people who are important to you, you're present and you show them the love that they deserve, then they're going to support you in your business. But the problem is you don't feel like you're enough inside. It's like you have this massive bucket in you and there's a big hole in the bottom. And no matter how much you do or accomplish or money you make or accolades or achievements that you reach, it's just going right through the bottom of the bucket, and you never feel enough. You never feel enough. And this is exactly why you can hit huge goals and still feel tense, flat, or hollow right after. This was like me for most of my life. I was chasing being on the best hockey teams. I was chasing doing the most in college and being in the best clubs and getting the best internships and jobs. I was chasing entrepreneurship and having a big business and making money and being significant in the entrepreneurial world. And hey, look at me, I have this business. Nothing worked, guys. I did it for over a decade. Over a decade of chasing. It never makes you feel better on the inside. We always just think if we can push harder and grow faster and get to the next thing, it's going to work, but it doesn't, because the problem is internal. Like we need to understand that we are enough as a human being. Inherently, we are valuable. So this is compensatory success. I'm going to get into expression-based success, but compensatory success, this is why you can't enjoy your work anymore, because it's not about what you're doing. You're not doing it because you love it and you like it and it aligns with your values and it's how you want to contribute to the world. You're doing it because you're trying to fill your bucket because you're not enough. And that sort of frantic chasing energy is not the energy that allows you to make good decisions. Because think about it, you're in this kind of low-grade survival. You're always chasing and on edge because you're chasing this result. That doesn't put you into a physiological state or frame of mind that is conducive to you making good decisions and being a good operator and or entrepreneur. So think about value for a second. I want you to understand that you are valuable because you are you. What makes something valuable? Scarcity, right? Gold is valuable because there's only so much gold. Platinum or diamond is more valuable than gold because there's less of it. It's more scarce. How many of you are in the world? There is one of you. 1 out of 7.5 billion. Could you think about a more valuable thing than you being you and operating from a place of wholeness, showing your true personality, doing what you like because it lights you up and gives you energy and it aligns with your values and it's how you want to contribute to the world, doing that thing? That's the most valuable thing you can contribute to the world. Think about it. There's only one of you. If we were meant to fit in, we would have been made similar. There would have been at least a few people that are like you. There's no one like you, exactly like you. Not a single person out of over 7 billion. So talk about value. Understand that you are valuable because you are you. Because you have your own quirks and personality traits and gifts and strengths and weaknesses and whatever. That's what makes you valuable to the world. The world needs you to be you. So that brings me to expression-based success, meaning you go to work because you like it and it lights you up, for one, because it aligns with your values as a human being. What do I value? I do value working hard and being disciplined and being consistent and loving people and being passionate and expressing your personality. And I value stepping into the highest version of yourself. And I value having courage to do things that you're uncomfortable doing. I value relationships. Like whatever you value, your work should be an extension of that. So what you like and what lights you up, what you value, and it's how you want to contribute to the world. Frederick Buechner has a quote that says, "Our vocation is where our deep gladness meets a deep hunger of the world." Vocation means like your career, right? Like a feeling of deep suitability for a certain career. But your vocation is where your deep gladness, what lights you up, meets a deep hunger of the world, what the world needs. And boom, that's what you're meant to be doing. And you do it because you just want to help and you like it and it aligns with your values, how you want to contribute to the world, not because you feel like you're not enough and you need the title. There's a massive difference. And if you're super far off from doing something that you love doing and you're in a different position, you have a family and all these things, I get it. It's going to take some courage to get out and make a change. Well, what kind of life do you want to live? Do you want to continue to suffer and just live a fraction of the life that you feel like you could have lived? Or do you want to step out and live the fullest life you possibly can? I understand it's going to require some change. You might have to get rid of some friends. You might have to, put some boundaries up around family. You might have to take a leap of faith into what you feel like you're meant to be doing on this earth. But listen, you're never going to find any peace in your work as long as you're doing it to compensate for an internal lack. It has to be an expression-based model of success. And that's like having a bucket that's filled, right? Your bucket is now filled. You filled your bucket. So instead of going out into the world with an empty bucket and trying to do everything to fill that bucket, meanwhile, there's a massive hole in the bottom, you fix your bucket, you fill it up before you even get out into the world, right? Self-love, taking care of yourself, just feeling full and whole and like, I don't need anything. I just want to go out and contribute. Then you go out and operate. And it's like your bucket's overflowing internally. And the overflow is what you're sharing with the world. The overflow of inspiration and passion and gratitude and excitement and passion. I think I just said that, but passion. I love passion. But it's your overflow that you're sharing with the world. Instead of trying to take from the world, you're giving to the world. That's the main difference. And it's more than just this kind of like philosophical, spiritual thing. It's when you are full on the inside, you're more regulated, right? Your prefrontal cortex is on. You're going to make better decisions. You're going to build better relationships. You're going to have deeper conversations. You're going to connect with people better. You're going to lead people better. You're going to problem solve better. You're going to do all these things better because you're more relaxed. Being in a compensation, based model of success is going to make you dysregulated. So right now, just kind of as a reflection, does your work feel like something you get to do or something you have to do to be okay? And you can practice this daily, but like before you do something, am I doing this to prove something or just because I actually want to? That's a really good thing to reflect on every single week. So just to wrap it up, like you don't need more wins. You need work that doesn't create your worth. That's what you need. That is when you'll start to feel good again. If this reframes something for you, please share it with someone who's successful on paper but just can't enjoy it internally. All right, we're doing these every Monday. If you haven't joined the Built community, hop in there. You can take the Built orientation, the Built operating system assessment, get on those free weekly calls every other Thursday. Till next time, guys, all the peace, all the power.